So when you return power to someone, it can be at the federal level, it can be at the state level, it can be the local level. Reading your book, I was thinking, maybe we just need to devolve power back to the states, back to localities. It'll create really uneven applications of public policy, but it feels hard to give more power to the federal government right now, whether you're progressive or otherwise. Like where do you think these decisions are best made? What level of government?
So I don't have a strong feeling about that, right? If you're talking about housing, you don't want the decision to be made at the neighborhood level, because the neighborhood is always against new housing, right? Like they don't want change. They bought into the neighborhood. They expected it to stay the way it was. They claim, I bought in this suburb because I knew that there would be some number of houses, that this would how the school would work. I don't want more people. In that case, probably the person who owns a plot of land and wants to turn their single family home into a duplex, or to build an accessory dwelling unit, a granny flat sometimes, like there you can push power down to the individual person so that they can build the house. And that's probably the most expeditious solution. That's what YIMBYism is sort of all about, is taking power away from the neighborhood and pushing it down. In other cases, though, like if you're going to build a transmission line, say you had a lot of clean power being generated in Quebec, as it is being generated by water power, by dams. They have a lot of power, and Massachusetts wants to buy that power. But Massachusetts doesn't sit next to Quebec. There are states in between. There, like the question is, should Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York have a veto over whether Massachusetts can access that power? Or should we empower somebody to weigh the costs and benefits of whether we should build that line? That yes, if a new line is built, it's going to go through some forest. That forest is going to have a line through it. There may be an endangered species of orchid that might be in peril if you build the line. But someone needs to make the decision: is taking the equivalent of 700,000 pollutant emitting cars off the road worth building a line through an orchid sanctuary? And I'm not sure that can be done at the local level. It may be that Maine is more interested in the orchids than they are in Massachusetts' power grid. And so there, I would sort of argue we probably should have a federal permitting process. So it goes from realm to realm. The point in all these cases is that someone needs to be empowered to be the decision maker, right? Right now, whether it's at the local level, the state level, the federal level, it doesn't matter. There are too many opportunities for people who don't like an idea to veto it, right? To take it to court, to threaten to take it to court, to find some sort of procedural glitch that means that, like, a well-intentioned, clearly purposeful, a project that clearly has a public purpose and would benefit everyone is taken down because one person has a self-interest reason that they don't like it. And we just need to balance those things. It's not that people who have self-interest are bad. It's not that they shouldn't be able to advocate for themselves. It's that they shouldn't be empowered to decide everything. And you need to be able to balance those two. The problem for progressives today is that we've grown so enamored of the idea that there can be some procedure that will take care of all the interest, that if you go through every step of some procedure, it's almost like on Bachelorette, right? Like, trust the process. Well, you can't, like, the truth is here, you can't trust the process. You're not, like, the process favors the people who want to stop the project. And we need to create a system where there is someone with a public interest in mind who has the discretion to choose.